My dad has this brother he never talks about. In fact, no one talks about. My granddad has never mentioned him. When my nan was alive, she never said a word. My uncles refused to tell me anything. The only hint I've ever gotten from my mother was that he disappeared when my dad was 10. I was in the attic of my granddad's house the other night. My nan died recently, and I wanted to help organize some old things that belonged to her. Amongst the other bits in the attic, I found an old box. It was covered in dust, and it had faded engravings over the lid. I opened it and found an old family picture. The picture contained my grandfather, my nan, my dad, and my 3 uncles. My nan, however, was holding a 4th child, no older than 2. I realized that it must have been the brother no one speaks about. I took the picture and asked my father. He dismissed it immediately and scolded me for asking. I'm 19 and haven't been told off by my father like that since the age of 8. I decided that I'd do my own research on the mystery of my missing uncle. From what I found in the attic, I could work out that his name was George Ellison. I googled the name and found masses of missing reports that told of a boy who went missing from the small village in England he lived in. As I got deeper and further into the details of his case, I realized that he went missing from his own bedroom. It said that my father, the oldest of the children, was left to look after the youngest while my grandparents were out for the night. Uncle George went missing from his own room the night he was in my father's care. I suddenly recalled that as a child, my father had a fierce rule that myself and my siblings never ventured into a certain part of the woods. As a child, this part of the woods was more than appealing as it contained a slow-running stream and odd structures left from World War II. Of course, after recalling this, I decided to investigate in the chance that maybe Uncle George had some kind of connection to this place in the woods. I ventured deep into the trees and found the area I was always forbidden to go. To a child, this place truly would have been amazing. I noticed a large dish-like object raised on poles about 10 inches from the ground. If you'd like a picture of this, tell me, and I'll take some. It looked like an old war bunker. I decided to shine my phone torch through the gaps, and what I saw absolutely shook my world. The clothes and bones of what looked like a very young child. Along with this hidden monstrosity was a notebook. It took a lot of effort to reach the book, but when I finally obtained it, it was safe to say that I was more than scared to look inside. Pages and pages of entries describing the last days of a young boy who had been shoved down the war bunker by his oldest brother. Pages about how hungry and scared he felt. Pages about how he didn't understand why his older brother despised him so much. And the most hard-hitting, pages and pages questioning why his parents didn't care enough to find him. I didn't know what to feel. Did my father really leave his younger brother there to die? In a dark hole. I had and still have so many questions. But believe me when I say, I'm going to find out the truth behind my Uncle George and why he was left there to die. I'll update as soon as I can.